Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Hammer Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hansen pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
It's time to close out pool play at the 2026 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament in the 15U division. A great game to close it out as the 2-1 Diamond Boys Showcase take on the 0-3 Force Ohio as you are watching Travel Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Hello friends, Nathan Smee once again with you for game number 2 today. Should be a fun one. A fun one for us here at SmeeSports as two of our own are taking the reins as coaches today. Head coach Bryce Fisher for the Diamond Boys and assistant and hitting coach Daniel Clark. Two of our own, two guys that have called games for us and two guys that have almost gotten us taken off the air. I digress. It's all in good fun, but excited to see what these guys can do as, of course, you look at this pitching staff that this team has. A lot of it comes down to the pitching talent of the coaching staff. Bryce Fisher, a former PO over at Glen Oak, along with his pitching coach, John Birchler. As well, Birchler, that name should sound familiar for our Tri-C fans, a former top for 1 year. It's good to see him once again and coaching up the next generation of pitchers, including the starting pitcher today for the Diamond Boys and Luke Maxwell. Maxwell, a freshman, 6'1", 185 in stature, played varsity ball for Kent Roosevelt this past season. A lot of good players on that Kent Roosevelt team as they are starting to really put the pieces together. A lot of the local teams, just like that, we talked about it with Crestwood out of Manaway. They're doing the same thing. They're putting the pieces together and they're figuring out how to compete. And a lot of it has to do with these 15U, 14U players coming up and 16U more established players. This is the next generation of baseball stars. 17U and 18U, it's a lot of established players. 15U, it's the beginning of establishing players, and that is exactly what these guys want to do today. Looking at Force, though, they just want to get their first win of the season. 0-3 to start. This will be their final game of the tournament. But they want to play spoiler before they leave. If the Diamond Boys win, odds are they will be in the Final Four. The question is where? A really good run differential so far for them. Not allowing too many runs. That'll help them. Unfortunately, though, yesterday, up 15-0. Put a position player on the mound who gave up 4 runs in a game that really could have been done early. In the end, that's 4 less runs that they have to play with today. Of course, other results around the grounds do matter and really could help or hurt them. But we'll see if they can help out their own cause by getting the win here today in game number 2. Time locally 11:17 a.m. and we are underway with a first pitch ball high. It is going to be Teddy, Resch, and Nichols 1, 2, 3 this inning for Force. This Force team has a lot of really good players on the roster, just trying to figure out how they connect as this one is put in right field and down for a leadoff single. An excellent piece from Jack Teddy. And the first baseman will step on his respective base to get the game going. A loud rip to begin the game for the freshman out of Hudson. And now that'll bring in Kircher, the catcher. So Kircher, a freshman out of Lake Catholic, will get his first cuts of the day as he swings and misses. The Diamond Boys trying to make sure they don't have that leadoff hit come back to bite them. At the same time, they do have to keep a close eye on him over at first base to see if he does want to get greedy with it or not. Kind of 1-1, Maxwell missing high. This will be a good pitching matchup. Once again, you do have Maxwell here on the mound for the Diamond Boys out of Kent, as we mentioned. On the other end, it's going to be Caden Quid, the freshman out of Walsh Jesuit High School. Runner's going to break here. The pitch is out. Throw down to second is not going to be there. First stolen base of the game belongs to Jack Teddy. And just like that, Force's opening run is in scoring position. An ideal start for Force. Really playing well above that 3-loss tag. But of course, this is just the infant stages of the game. The 2-1 hits the top corner for strike 2. Painting the corners is going to be everything in this game for the Diamond Boys. If they can pitch around this Force team, which again has capable hitting, they could have a good day at the office defensively. Maxwell's 2-2 wide, and we are full. In the on-deck circle after Jackson Kircher, it will turn over to Joseph Nichols, the center fielder. Full count 3-2 here on the lefty. The Diamond Boys looking for their first out of the game. And they will get it. Swing and a miss from Kircher. First strikeout of the day as well for Luke Maxwell. Exactly what he needed to do after allowing the leadoff base hit. He settles in and gets his first punchy of the afternoon. And that'll bring us to the sophomore Royal. Of course, his varsity teammates right now enjoying a lot of success in Division III. One of 4 teams still playing for the crown. Of course, locally, you also know Padua Franciscan is in the Final Four in Division III. But they have Deja Vu, a rematch from the 2024 semifinals, Hamilton-Baden on the 11th. That game is going to be a tough one for the Bruins.
The 0-1 misses high. With yesterday night's big win over the Longhorns, they have a lot of extra pitching. That is worth noting for the Diamond Boys. But again, like anybody else, if they are to win today, they would have to go and play 3 total ball games. The bunt shown and down from Nichols. The throw to 1. It is going to be wide and down the line, and that'll bring in Teddy from second. Cruising to second is Nichols. He now is going for third. The relay is going to be just a hair late. It is 1-0 Force, a perfectly executed offensive play. Altogether excellent hustle from Force. It all comes from a bunt. Just a tough one on the error via Maxwell. But how about this? Force Ohio up 1 with a runner now at third. And that'll bring us over to Bryce Lang, the second baseman. Lang playing for Benedictine High School like a couple of the players on this Diamond Boys Showcase roster. Some early miscues here for DB as they try to rectify the situation. Maxwell back to work as Lang rips it foul off the right field screen. Just like the last game, Force coming out, firing on all cylinders. They are swinging for the fences. And that aggression is the reason why they have an early 1-0 lead. Of course, still plenty of game left to go. But this start is really promising for Force Ohio, especially if they can do it across a longer sample size than this. The 0-1 misses wide. Count now even. Looking ahead to the bottom of the first inning, it is going to be Summers, Wade, Gruca, and Butcher 1-2-3 due up for the Diamond Boys. Maxwell looking to battle back in. And again, that helps. Hits the top of the strike zone. Now 1-2 the count. After Lang, we will see Jacob Redford, the freshman out of Riverside, Painesville High School, step in. Riverside, their season ended a little bit earlier than they would have hoped, losing on the road at Normandy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maxwell going for his second strikeout, but he will have to wait. A hard ripper off the right field dugout. Again, the contact is really good so far for Force. They are getting the barrel to the baseball. They are giving it a good ride. They just need to straighten out a few more. You had the leadoff single, then you had the bunt error that ended up giving you a plethora of free bases. Once more the 1-2 as Lang gets a hold of it, sending it into center field. It will be caught for out number 2. The runner will tag up. It's an excellent throw home, but wide right. It'll be a sac fly for Bryce Lang, making it 2-0 Force. The job well done for Lang after a great battle in the batter's box. And just like that, the 0-3 underdogs. A really strong start to the final pull play game of the tournament. And with the bases cleared, Redford will step in for his first swings. Maxwell back to work, finds the zone. The Diamond Boys offense needs to have a really good outing in the bottom of the inning. They cannot allow Force to pull away in this one early. The 0-1 as well connects. That time hitting the top of the zone, maybe a little higher than the first. A little frustration there from Redford in the box, not agreeing with the decision. Maxwell to close it out. He does, swing and a miss. The side is retired. Luke Maxwell, 2 strikeouts in the first inning, gets the job done, but not before a pair of runs come across for Force, 1 on an error and 1 on a sac fly. We head now to the bottom of the first inning. It's Force up 2-0 on the Diamond Boys on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Final score update from earlier on today. A big win for the North Coast Rebels, 5-1. They take down the BHM Buckeyes, and odds are they will be with us later on today as one of the final four teams in the 15U division. As of right now, if Jared Edwards' squad is able to get a win, they would be 3-0-1, slotting in the 2 seed. From there, 3 versus 4 is probably, if the Diamond Boys win, going to be them in the 3, and then in the 4 is going to be the Rebels. Fly ball here sent into right field, a high hanger, and it is going to be caught. A nice job by Sebring out and right to corral that one in for out number 1. And that'll retire Cole Summers-Wade. 1 up and 1 quickly down to begin the bottom of the first inning as that'll bring in Gruka. House Gruka, the sophomore out of Benedictine High School, stands at 6 foot tall, 155 pounds. A lot of tall players on this roster and a lot of very capable hitters too. They just need to find their rhythm here against a really solid pitcher in Caden Quinn. Quinn, a freshman out of Walsh Jesuit High School. A lot of top-tier players on that Walsh team who also, just like CVCA, is in the Final Four just for Division II. But a win here, you know what's at stake. Odds are a matchup against a team who, A, will be the home team on paper, but B, be the home team because of their head coach in Jared Edwards. Release Edwards, a tough 2-3 matchup if that is the case. But of course you have to win here. None of that really matters because if you lose here, I believe it would turn over to AMP. And they'd have an outside chance to get in. The 3-0 runs inside for ball 4, and it will go to the backstop. So Gruka will take his base, and that'll bring up Lucas Butcher, the third baseman. Looking at the coaching boxes, DC down at first, Bryce over at third. We'll see how aggressive he is going to be here with his runners. He knows this team quite well, went to a lot of their games this past spring. This isn't like a group that just got back together. This is a group that he knows quite well, and he knows what to do to get the most out of them. Just like that, it is ripped into right center field and down. Gruka will take the turn from first, gunning for third, and he is going to get there. Put runners at the corners with 1 down. The Diamond Boys are starting to wake up. A beautiful drive, though, from Butcher. I mean, you talk about a perfect slice from the freshman out of Independence High School. It doesn't get much better than that. Perfect line drive, dropping in right center. And Gruka's pace is more than enough to help out the cause as here comes Luke Maxwell. A chance for DB to blow this game open. Back pick down to first, attempted but not in time. A good idea behind the plate from Kirscher. I don't hate the move. Earlier on, we talked about it when AMP did it, but that was a different situation. You're losing late in the game. Here, you're up by 2. No harm, no foul if it gets away, at least for now. Wins 1-0 high and wide. 2-0 count here on Maxwell. In the on-deck circle, it'll turn to Cruz. On this Diamond Boys 15-year roster, a total of 7 guys made their varsity debuts this season. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. Caden Quinn right now struggling to find the zone. Just needs to settle back in and reinvent himself, so to speak. And there is the late strike call on Maxwell. Good response from Quinn. Just needs to break it down a little bit more. One pitch at a time needs to be the approach. You don't need to go out here and pitch like you're Paul Skeens from the get-go. Just get the job done and continue going through the order. On the pitch, ground ball over towards short and through into center field. It got just under his glove. The hit and run works perfectly as the Diamond Boys are on the board. That is execution at its finest. The play was called, and the players got it done. If that was not a hit and run and that play was made by the shortstop, you're looking at a double play that probably got you out of the inning. Instead, it's an E6. Maxwell gets the job done, and here comes Cruz with a tying run at second for the Diamond Boys. A high-scoring affair early so far. We saw a total of 2 runs through 5 innings in game number 1 today. We have seen 3, and we're not even through the first. This game definitely appearing to go a lot longer than the first, but still, that could change if one team pulls away and blows the doors off this one. Another sharp chopper over towards short. It's going to be a ranging throw if he makes it, and it is not in time. It's an infield single. Cruz puts it in the deepest spot at third, and the bases are loaded for Jacob Huber, the right fielder. Another product of Coach Buddy Dice over at Hudson. A freshman player for them this season. 5'10", 140, a big spot for the man wearing number 5 on his back. And for Quinn, a massive spot for this defense to try and settle in and stand tall. Wave and a miss. Hangs the changeup high. I like it. You bring the off speed there. You try to get him to pull off because you know he is swinging for the fences here. Does exactly that, and you are in a positive spot. Corners, I believe, called in now for force. The 0-1, a good take high. Caden Quinn trying to get that chase at the top of the zone, well above it that time. But I think he knows the gamesmanship here. We've seen a lot of chop swings. A chop swing right back to the mound. You get the lead runner at home quite easily. The 1-1 this time hung over the plate, and that'll be the infield fly rule in effect for out number 2. And in the end, it is going to be caught over at short anyway. So 2 down, that'll bring up Nicholas Galvin, the catcher. Galvin, a freshman out of Crestwood High School, so yet another representative of the Red Devils. Bases loaded, 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. And Quinn will step off. Looking ahead to the top of the second for force, it is going to be Grubach, Green, and Soder. 6 through 8 due up. Galvin takes strike 1 at the top of the strike zone. At least from up here, it looks like yet another tall zone. Of course, if you're looking for line drives, that does benefit you quite a bit. It's exactly where you want the ball to drive it into a deep spot in the park. That time, though, Galvin just simply has to back away from it. Count now even 1-1. Once again, for those just tuning in, if Release Edwards wins their game in the same time slot and the Diamond Boys win here, odds are that'll be your 2 versus 3 matchup. The 1-1, Galvin, weak contact, back to the mound. They will throw home, and the inning is over. That is the force that you want to make. You have the bases loaded. You see the play right in front of you, and they get the job done. The Diamond Boys clawing back, get 1 on the board here, but still trail 2-1 through 1 at Lakewood.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
1 inning down in our final pool play game of the day. 2-1 your score. It's Force on top of the Diamond Boys as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Grubach, a good swing to get it underway, but well foul off towards the right side. It's an 0-1 count. Luke Maxwell, 1 inning of work, 2 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts for his efforts so far. Trying to keep it 2-1. It gives offense a chance to rectify their bases loaded, stranded outing last time around. They did score 1. They did good to do that after the ball kind of snuck under the shortstop's glove. But when it's all said and done, you need a lot more than 1 run to get out of here. In the matter of the Rebels, to stay above them in the tournament pool, you do have a lot of runs to play with, but you don't want to have to use them. Here's the 0-2, and Grubach again fouls it away. And the Diamond Boys will empty their bench to go and chase the foul balls. Might take 3 guys to go get the ball, maybe 4. We'll see. Most times takes 1. Again, the 0-2 from Maxwell, and he gets the swing and miss. It's 1 up, 1 down for Luke Maxwell. Back-to-back strikeouts going back to last inning. Has a total of 3 now. Hitting his stride at the right time. And speaking of hitting the stride, the sun is in, I would say, the best possible spot for us right now in the box, as it's kind of just hidden away where we are. We're shaded. It's really nice up here. Should be like this more often. Green, he will chop this one off the plate, and it is going to roll foul in the end. So far, nothing but strikes from Luke Maxwell this inning. And that is huge for number 21 if he can continue that kind of form. You go forward from this game. 2 more games left today. If you win here, you want to make sure you're as fresh as possible, even if you're only pitching this game. The 0-1, hello, it is head level. And that is his first ball thrown of the inning. You go from the defense in game number 1 of the day to what looks to be more of the offense in game number 2. Maybe we'll find the sweet spot in one of these games. Who knows? The 1-1, high and in. Maxwell, after a really strong start, struggling to find it again. Looking at the defense around him, Galvin is behind the plate. Wade at first, DeSantis at second, Gruca at short, Butcher at third. Cruz is in left. In center, it is Seward, and right is Huber. Sharp grounder over toward short and through. It's a 1-out base knock. Tom Green does a nice job to turn on that baseball, taking it into left field. And that'll give Force yet another runner, setting up Sam Soto to the EH. Timely hitting, that is their second total hit of the day. But base runner-wise, they have had 3. And, of course, that bunt error was huge for them last inning. They've seen it today that when they force the Diamond Boys to make a play, right now, there have been some struggles. But a nice block there from Galvin to keep it in front. Both teams opting to wear the pinstripes today. Force Ohio in the all-white pinstripes. The Diamond Boys have their trademark red sleeves. Really do like the Diamond Boys uniforms, especially with that red. The 1-0, Soder pops it up as the runner goes, so he will have to retreat. Count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the next game scheduled for around, I believe, 1:30. The odds of that happening aren't really that good. And as well, AMP, they're pretty much here sitting and waiting to see if they do get in or not. That's always the tough part about tournaments, especially given how close together the pool play games are with the playoffs, as that ball gets away from Galvin. And that'll put Green in scoring position. But you have to sit here and wait, hope for a result to go your way to get one more chance to play, which, depending on who the 1 seed ends up being, which I believe it is going to be the Mavericks, and that is confirmed, you're sitting here waiting for a game that might still be in the 3:45 time slot. The 2-1, high for ball 3. But I would assume that the North Coast Rebels are on high alert that if this game goes in favor of the Diamond Boys and Edwards wins theirs, the Mavericks will stay here. They'll play the 1-4, and then we'll see the Diamond Boys play Edwards later on today. That's my guess. The 3-1 at the bottom of the zone connects, and we are full. Now, if Force wins, it's a whole different story. You'd have Edwards and the Rebels later. You'd see a rematch of today's first game in game number 1 of the playoffs in the Mavericks and AMP. Runner fakes in the payoff pitch as Soder again fights it off. Again, that could all change just depending on some other results from around the area. This is just kind of off the top of my head, and without the website being officially updated last time I checked. I'm mentally putting games in that aren't listed, so trying to figure out where exactly everybody sits in regard to the actual bracket. Easier said than done. And now we have a rundown between the bases, but it will end quickly. Green quickly dives back into second and is safe. But the Mavs are 4-0. Nobody is going to catch them. Edwards 2-0-1. They're playing right now, which if they lose by enough, then that could really change that result too. A lot of moving pieces. And again, Maxwell will throw back to second. This is where I think you have to go and focus on the runner. That is going to be your best bet going forward. Just try to get the runner, or rather, just focus on the batter. And he'll release Edwards. Is up 5-0 on the Longhorns, so going as we would expect, as there is ball 4 to Soder. So put a pair on with one down for Jack Sebring in the 9th spot. Yeah, it's the top of the first inning. 5-0 release, up 5-0 on the Longhorns with 2 down. I don't want to call it, but I'm going to call it and say Edwards is going to be your 2 seed. It was very similar to what the Diamond Boys did to them yesterday, I believe putting up 10 in the first inning on the Longhorns. But your 1 and 2, your home teams, at least for the semifinals, are pretty much solidified. Lead runner goes, throw down to third, hops in, but not in time. So that'll split up the runners. And with it, I wouldn't be surprised to see Soder take off from first soon to try and put 2 in scoring position or force a decision from the Diamond Boys. Throw down and get the runner or surrender to the third run of the game. The 1-0, high and in. So again, to my understanding, just to kind of give my chicken scratch work, if the Diamond Boys win this game, they would be the 3 seed and play release Edwards. If they lose, AMP would play the Mavericks as the 4 seed, and the Rebels would be the 3 seed. That is what I have right now, but until the website officially is updated and we have official word from Commissioner John Mangelkamp, we will not have an official bracket. Hopefully we will soon, though. I believe he is heading up to North Royalton, though, to see what happens, though, in that release Edwards game. Count 2-1 on Sebring as he will call time to step out and think about it. 11:43 a.m. on this beautiful June Sunday. Corpus Christi Sunday, to be exact. Maxwell again in an early jam. And Sebring takes his aggression out on the baseball, fouling it off. Count now 2-2. A really good cut there. A lot of strong contact. And I will say Maxwell, he takes a while between deliveries. He is not afraid to try and throw off the runner. And speaking of throwing off the runner, if the runner is going to go from first, I think this is where you do it. He will stay put, and there is strike 3 looking. Maxwell does it again, his 4th of the day. And with 2 down, I believe that'll bring us back to the top with Jack Teddy, and it will. So a massive second out. Maxwell really keeping the Diamond Boys defense in this game. And you don't want to say in this game this early, but you're down by 1 in a win or go home format. You have to have that pressure. Maxwell back to work as Teddy puts it up the middle again and through into center field. 1 run will score. Jack Teddy is 2 for 2 on the day, and that'll make it 3-1 force. Not too shabby for the first baseman. We'll watch it back on the replay, just like the first one. A ripper up the middle. Nothing more could have been done. The shortstop, Garuka, was close to getting a glove on it, but just couldn't get it down quick enough. That's just one hop through the entire infield. Nicely done by Force. And they will keep 2 runners on here. The Maxwell able to reconvene and find the out of the zone, or just the edge of the zone for strike 1. But 3-1, Force really putting on a good offensive showing in their final game of the weekend. That ball from Maxwell is to the backstop, so that'll put 2 runners in scoring position again. Count now 1-1 with this Force team. They really want to go out here and play spoiler. Still plenty of game left to play. It's easier said than done. But you talk about a good start. This is huge for them. As for the Diamond Boys, it is Seward, DeSantis, and Wade due up in the bottom of the inning. Early on, we're seeing a lot more offense than we did in game number 1. The 1-1 will miss off the plate. I believe 11:13 was our indicated start time after the manager meeting, so over half an hour in. Again, there was a 2-hour time limit for every game leading up to the championship game, which has a 2.5-hour cap. The 2-1 fouled away. Which, of course, Jared Edwards, the release head coach, he won the tournament last year with his 17U team here on this field. He wants to do it again with a new group that he has said has big shoes to fill, which he is absolutely right. You look at that release team from last year: Jack Lau, Bo Davis, Grant Lashutka, Jack DeGeeter. The list goes on. So many amazing ball players, as well. Nick Hart was on that roster too from Lakewood. The 2-2 will miss, and we are full. But always good to see release, as they always bring their best, their A game every single time. We saw it yesterday, and we'll see it again today. That is, of course, assuming they do hold on against the Longhorns, which they should. Maxwell's payoff pitch, swing and a miss. The side is retired. Maxwell gets his third punchy of the inning. He now has 5 on the day, and that'll bring his offense back into the mix. Force, though, a strong start, plates another in the top of the second inning. To the bottom of the frame we go. It is Force, Ohio, the visitors, up 3-1 on the Diamond Boys.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Dylan Seward leads off for the Diamond Boys in the bottom of the second inning. 3-1 your score, Force on top, as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Game 2 of 5 for us today. It is marathon season yet again. Of course, outside of baseball, the only other time that we have more than maybe 2 to 3 games in a day, it is, of course, the NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic in December. But this is just a different feeling. Summer baseball, the best time of year to play baseball in Northeast Ohio. And it's a lot of players coming off of some really good high school seasons, going to battle with a all-star roster, so to speak. And we see that so often where a bunch of D1 guys get together and just dominate. Team Ohio Pro Select, a really good example of it. 2-1 count here on the leadoff man, Seward. And a good take off the plate there makes it 3-1. The Dynamo boys had the bases loaded back in the bottom of the first inning, but in the end couldn't connect. They already brought in one at that point, and that is where they sit. Quinn's 3-1 is off the plate for ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Diamond Boys. A strong start to the inning. They get their man on, and that'll give Vinny DeSantis a chance to do his thing. Vinny Barbodo Santos, a JV player over at Hoban, 5'5", 125 in stature. And now time is going to be called here as Force wants to have a word with their pitcher. He did have some struggles towards the end of the first inning. I get settling him down here, but I wouldn't be in any rush to think about replacing him. He's been good so far in this Diamond Boys team. They know what they can do, but they need to put the pieces together first. And I know Bryce Fisher over at third is thinking the same thing. He can be a confident coach, but he also knows when his guys need to put their studs in the ground and go full force and do it. He knows what this team can do. Once again, he always talked about it, and you always saw him at all these games. He knows what his players can do because he watched them in the spring. He knows what all of his guys are capable of, and that's what makes this team so dangerous. The coaches know the intricacies of the roster. The 1-0, sharp grounder over towards third, and it's just going to hop foul across the back. That ball was absolutely hugging the line, and maybe a little bit more luck, that ball is down the line. But not a terrible spot there from DeSantis. Has the right idea, but of course, a little bit further to the right, and that could be a double play ball, albeit maybe a big league double play ball. The 1-1 lobbed in for strike 2. I don't want to call it an ephus because it does have a little bit of zip behind it, but I'm going to guess that changeup from Quinn just really glides in. It's a really good pitch that has thrown off the Diamond Boys today. Got the 1-2 here. And DeSantis will take a second here and step out. Once again, the next game scheduled for around 1:30 p.m. That'll be our first semifinal of 2 today. 1-2 strike the count on DeSantis. And he gets a good piece of it into right field, has a chance to get down, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder, and they will double him up. What a play for out number 1 and 2. It's a 9-3 double play for Sebring. He waited that one out perfectly. The runner, Seawald, thought that it was going to get down. It looked like it was going just to sneak past his glove. But in the end, the answer is not so fast. And that changes the way this inning goes drastically. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order as there is strike 1 to Cole Summers Wade. Wade, a freshman out of James A. Garfield High School, honorable mention all conference this past season. The 0-1 over towards Coach Fisher, and it's down the line. He has said a number of times that he would have a lot of those plays over at third base and did not have that one. It looks like we are fact-checking the head skipper in real time. So a 2-strike count now. Force looking to go 1-2-3 in pseudo fashion. Sharp grounder over towards short. Here comes the throw from Green, and it is going to bounce in just in time to retire the side. A strong throw from Green gets the job done, and we will head to the third inning. Force up 3-1 on the Diamond Boys, finding their rhythm at the end of this year's Diamond League tournament.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Two innings in the books in this matchup between the Diamond Boys and Force Ohio. 3-1 your score. The Force on top as Nichols will pop this one up to begin the inning. A tough play in foul territory, and it is going to be caught. Exactly what you want to see there for out number one. It is Nichols, Lang, and Redford due up this inning. 3, 4, and 5. Still plenty of game left to go for the Diamond Boys as they try to find their way back in. Of course, all that easier said than done. And this is Lang stepping in. And there's strike one. But going forward from here, no matter which result happens, whichever teams make it to the Diamond League Final Four, it is going to be a great tournament later on today. And we've seen some great baseball already this morning. The 0-1 sharp grounder over towards second it goes. The throw to one is going to be in time for out number two. It's a 2-up, 2-down beginning of the inning. That throw coming courtesy of DeSantis. And with two away, that'll bring up Redford, the third baseman who struck out his first time up. Big spot for him here. For the Diamond Boys next inning, 2 through 4 due up. And there is strike one. Maxwell really nailing it down this inning. A lot of extra contact, more than we have seen him have in the past. But so far, so good. Just needs to keep it that way as the game goes on. The 0-1 wave and a miss. And he is knocking on the door of his sixth punchy of the game. That'd be a big confidence boost for him and the rest of the Diamond Boys. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. The inning is over. Sixth strikeout of the game for Luke Maxwell, and he will take his steps off the mound. You can hear Coach Fisher yell, "Good punchy." Luke Maxwell in the strikeout department, pitching about as well as you could ask him to do. Middle of 3 here at Lakewood. 3-1 your score. It's Force up by 2 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's Alex Caruco leading off for the Diamond Boys in the bottom of the third inning, looking for some answers here, down 3-1 to Force here in the final pool play game at the Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament. And it's a high swing and miss to get things underway for the shortstop. Strong swing, just couldn't connect. Caden Quinn so far, though, has been outstanding on the rubber for release. Rather for force, as that one is there for a strike as well. Quickly at 0-2 count on Gruca, who will be followed by Butcher and Maxwell. 2 through 4 this inning for DB. The 0-2 poked foul, so we will do it again. A solid survival swing there from Gruca, kind of just threw his hands at it, and with it the bat, able to make some contact and able to stay alive, which of course is the key. Staying alive, that's all you have to do right now. Again, the 0-2, weak contact, and it is going to be foul. Just hits it off the plate, but he is staying alive. And that's really all you could ask of him right here. Quinn, once again, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He gets it done. 1 up, 1 down. And at long last, Caden Quinn has his first strikeout of the game. And a good one, too. He was getting a lot of swings, put it out of the zone, and got his desired results. And that'll lead into Lucas Butcher, the third baseman, who singled a sharp ball his last time up. A nice little line drive. And that time he stands tall and sees strike 1 on the inner half of the plate. Quinn is doing a nice job moving east to west along with north to south. The 0-1 that time goes west, or rather east, and misses a little too far. But he is really navigating the plate quite well. The 1-1 that time high. And you could tell he is giving every bit of effort that he has left in the tank. If forces to win this game, it is going to be on the back of his pitching. The 2-1 hangs it high for ball 3, just missing. It looked like, at least from here, a really good location. Maybe just missed a hair above that zone. The 3-1 to Butcher, though, is in the dirt for ball 4, so he will take his base. And the Diamond Boys will get a runner on with 1 away. They needed to get somebody on this inning, and now Luke Maxwell a chance to move him along. If you can find a way to score this inning, especially with your runner, you're in a decent spot going forward. But of course, this team, they won't be satisfied with 1. They want to be in the lead sooner rather than later. They know the longer they wait, the more likely we are going to see this Force team figure it out offensively yet again. But as things stand, they need to figure it out defensively. Caden Quinn just needing to find that strike zone here. But has struggled to do so. The 2-0, a good drive into left field. It's going to go foul and out of play. So we will do it again. Count now 2-1. Once again, if the Diamond Boys win, odds are they will be the 3 seed taking on Release Edwards. If they lose, AMP most likely will have their rematch with the Mavericks, as we will also see the North Coast Rebels take on Release Edwards in the 3 spot. The 2-1 tipped foul, and we are even. So after a plethora of balls, we're getting some good rhythm again from Caden Quinn. Needs to find the decisive pitch. He got his first strikeout of the game this inning, and he wants to find his second. Here's the 2-2, and he will just miss. Count full, and with it, the Diamond Boys dugout starting to get a little awake over there. They need to be behind their team. Full count, payoff pitch, lobbed in and driven into left field. And it is going to be caught by the shortstop as it just dies on the infield. So that high pop-up is out number 2, and that'll bring us to Jack Cruz. Cruz playing in left field today, 1 for 1 with a base hit. Of course, you don't want to strand that runner over at first. Quinn gets back to work, throws back to 1, not in time. Good idea, trying to catch the runner Butcher off guard. And now Quinn, he will get to work attacking. And speaking of an attack, there is the dribbler up to the mound. He will bobble. The throw to one is just in time, and the side is retired. A good response from Force after allowing that walk. They get out of the inning, allowing no damage. On to the fourth inning we go at Lakewood High School. 3-1 remains the score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the fourth inning we go here at Lakewood. As of right now, this game running faster than the Edwards game over at Royalton. That game 5-0 in the bottom of the second inning. But a big result on the line here. As things stand, AMP is currently the number 4 seed, and that is because this game is still taking place. If the Diamond Boys win, they will jump up to 3rd. The Rebels go to 4, and they will take on the Mavericks. If the Diamond Boys lose this one, then AMP, they will get their chance at redemption against the Mavericks. Of course, we saw that first game earlier on today, which was a treat. So I assume the 1 versus 4 will probably be our next game. The 1-1, swing of the big. It'll be Green and Soder, 6 through 8 due up this inning. Maxwell already sitting on 6 strikeouts, looking for his 7th. And Grubach will foul it away to stay alive. But the Diamond Boys know they need to put some runs on the board. And quickly. They did score back in the first inning. And as well out in left field, a little cohort, I believe, of AMP players watching out eagerly to see who they play next. Or if they do get to play at all. The 1-2, Grubach, a good drive into left field, and it is going to be caught. A nice job catching up to that one by Cruz for out number 1. That ball was shot out of a cannon. A line drive just directly to the defense. Sometimes you get that perfect piece, that perfect barrel, perfect everything. But the defense just does a little bit more. They one-up you, and they take away your big moment. And exactly what happened there, just tracked it down perfectly. And now Green, he will foul that one off. So a lot of aggressive hacks here from Force. They still want to keep that aggressive tendency going. Oh, 1 the count here. Maxwell, back to work. And this one will be chopped over towards 3rd, but it's going to go foul. Count now 0-2. Looking ahead, bottom of the inning. Huber, Galvin, Seward, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Diamond Boys. But yet again, just like we talked about a lot in game number 1, you cannot look too far ahead. If you're on defense, take care of the defense. If you're on offense, take care of the offense. Both easier said than done. Maxwell's 0-2, swing and a miss. He is back to the punch-outs, his 7th of the game. It's 2 up, 2 down to begin the top of the 4th inning, and that'll set up Sam Soder, who walked his first time up. Luke Maxwell, really doing a nice job putting the first 2 innings behind him to keep the Diamond Boys in this game until the offense can officially get back at it themselves. And they think they're close. And there's a good chance that they realistically are. Good rip over towards first. It's going to be picked up on the line. And the first baseman will take it himself to retire the side. A nice job there by Wade Summers. He makes the play. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 remains the score. The Diamond Boys trying to cook up some offense when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Lakewood High School. 3-1 your score in the bottom of the 4th inning. Force up by 2. And they look to keep it that way here against the Diamond Boys as this one is going to go through to short. The throw to 1. It is going to go wide. But the tag, I believe, is going to be there. Well, to watch that one back on the replay to see exactly what they call there. Either way, the leadoff man is away. Just a really bang play over there. Just want to make sure that we see it correctly. He just kind of sneaks through, goes to short. And I think he did come back on the bag. That is my only guess from watching the replay. Kind of thought that the tag was just a bit too late. Maybe by a hair. The 0-1. Oh, that is off the umpire. Mask on and everything. He appears to be okay. But that is one that is going to really stick in his memory for a little bit. And it is quickly a 2-strike count with 1 away. Just like game number 1, the defense is settling in after the top of the 2nd inning. It's weird to see it that way because you think back to that last game, 6-5, there was plenty of offense, but it was only down the stretch. It felt like a higher scoring game, and it felt like a more offensive affair just because of the last half hour. You watch those first 5 innings, you're thinking you're watching the 2023 and 2024 White Sox play against each other because there's no runs. Of course, a lot more talented than those White Sox were, but still. Instead, it ended up being a great game, and this one still could be a good offensive matchup. But the Diamond Boys, the more this game goes on, the more the pressure sits on them. Glad to see the home plate umpire is good to go once again. Quinn's 0-2 is put over towards left field and through. It'll be a 1-out base knock here for Nicholas Galvin. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Diamond Boys. They get a runner on, and that'll allow them to set up their offense. Just took it the other way, and like we've been talking about all weekend, we have seen so many good 2-strike approaches. And of course, part of that has to come down to the Diamond Boys hitting coach and Daniel Clark. It's weird having to use his legal name and not just call him DC. But as a coach, it seems proper to go by that. The bunt will get down here. They're going to try to play small. Throw to 1. It is going to be wide, but a great stretch makes it in time. So 2 down now, but a runner in scoring position. Nice job there by Galvin, able to easily move up as here comes DeSantis. Even if you take 1 run away from this inning, it is 1 run closer. That has to be the approach here. We talk about it all the time. You only need 1 run at a time. DeSantis, did he go? Yes. What a lunge forced by Caden Quinn. He is having him act silly in the batter's box. And he attacks again. DeSantis, a better job holding up this time. He evens it up at 1 apiece. In the 5th for Force, it is going to be Sebring, Teddy, and Kircher. 9-1 and 2 due up. The 1-1 misses wide. Once again, game number 3 of the day, a.k.a. semifinal number 1, currently scheduled for around 1:30 p.m. We'll see if that ends up happening. Of course, it also depends on who is there. The 2-1, a sharp grounder over towards third. Bobbled, the throw to 1. It is going to be just in time, and the side is retired. Force had to deal with some danger late in the inning, but they get the job done, and they will keep it 3-1 as we enter the 5th inning at Lakewood.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Four innings in the books between Force and the Diamond Boys. 3-1 your score. Force hanging on as of right now. Just like game number 1, we are currently in the desert, so to speak. The last run that we saw score was in the top of the 2nd inning, just like game number 1 today. The game script's very, very similar. The only difference, 2 extra runs for the visitors. Otherwise, I would say this is the same exact game, and as well, the 7 strikeouts from Luke Maxwell, which have been incredible. The 0-1, a good rip, but well foul, going down the right field line. Going towards the snack shack, which unfortunately is not open. I was really hoping to get my Lakewood famous hot dog, which, as the sticker says in my little case, it changed my life. Shout out Ray Carr for creating that invention. Maxwell's 0-2, leaves it high, and it goes to the backstop off of Galvin's glove. Count now sits at 1-2 on the leadoff hitter, Jack Sebring. 0-1 today offensively, but his defense, that has told the story. A 9-3 double play a few innings back. One of his best plays of the day, if not the best, and I would say most important for his team. Maxwell's 1-2, Sebring again stays alive, this time flying it back. Luke Maxwell remaining in the game for the Diamond Boys, and I would assume that he is going to try to go the distance. Of course, that decision ultimately falls on Bryce Fisher and, in part, John Birchler, the pitching coach. The 1-2, it is chin music. Top of the head music sounds a lot more accurate, but chin music is the official term. So we'll split hairs on that one. After Sebring, we go back to the top with Teddy, who is 2 for 2 today with a stolen base and RBI. Maxwell's 2-2. It's right down Broadway. 8th strikeout of the game for Luke Maxwell. 1 down. It is his 2nd against Sebring as well. So here comes his Everest, so to speak, in Jack Teddy. 2 for 2, RBI, stolen base. 2-4 over at first base has been a game changer for the Force Ohio team. And of course, a chance to change the game again here. He gets a piece of it, a fly ball sent into shallow left center field. And it is going to be caught. A nice job over there at short by Gruca for out number 2. And you can kind of feel that bogey being lifted off of the Diamond Boys as they have been yet to retire Teddy until now. It's one of those weird mental blocks where you see him step in, you see him do it twice, and that time just got too much underneath it and sent it a little too high. For Maxwell, this is your chance to get a 1-2-3 inning. It would be your third in a row, as you have already retired the last 9 batters after an RBI single from Teddy his last time up in the second. In that regard, it has pretty much been the same exact game script because we saw that same exact thing from the Mavericks defense. And they were the home team. The more you look at it, this game is so eerily similar to game number 1. The 2-0 miss is low for ball 3. The only difference, really, the walks right now. It's just really 2 unrelated games going crazy, and it's all the Rebels have just arrived as they prepare for their tournament game. Here's the 3-0, and it's there for strike 1. Again, the question is, when do they play? Diamond Boys win here, I believe, because of the runs allowed. They will be in the 4 spot, and they will play against the Mavericks up next. The 3-1 skips in for ball 4. Going back to that, if the Diamond Boys lose here, they would be in the 3 spot. They will play Release Edwards, I believe, at 3:30. Because AMP and the Mavericks are still here, I believe. So they would just slide in and play next. Of course, after around 25 minutes off. 2 down now for Joseph Nichols, who had that bunt miscue earlier. Runner goes, pitches low, throw down to second base. The tag is there, he got him, and the inning is over. What a throw from Nick Galvin. A gunslinger behind the plate for the Diamond Boys. And that'll wake up the DB. They needed a play like that, a statement that shows that they can still hang with this team. Nick Galvin erases Kircher off the bases. I mean, that throw was beautiful, right on the money. To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. 3-1 remains to score. Force on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom 5 here at Lakewood. 3-1 still the score.
Force hanging on, up by 2 on SmeeSports. First pitch of the inning from Quinn, hangs high for ball 1. It's the top of the order. Cole Summers, Wade, Alex Gruca, and Lucas Butcher due up for the Diamond Boys. They have 9 outs to play with to save their tournament. And a good rip, but foul. They ended up being released on Friday 7-1 over at Hudson. Then they put the beating on the Longhorns last night, but before that, a tough loss to the Mavericks. And that puts them here in this 2-1 spot, trying to make it into the championship bracket as either the 3 or the 4 seed, most likely the 3, who would take on Release Edwards. And then from there, we would see the Rebels, who are actually right outside the press box, take on the Mavericks up next. Again, a lot of different things could happen. We have a few different matchups that could easily transpire in the 1:30 window. But of course, it all hinges on what happens here, and I believe the Diamond Boys are pretty much safe from playing back-to-back games. I am almost positive they would be off going forward. Count now 2-1. The pitch, it is wide for ball 3. And I'm trying to do both scoreboards here at once. 3-1 counted in the on-deck circle. It is going to turn over to Gruca. Quinn trying to dial it back in. And he will miss low for ball 4, so Cole Summers Wade will reach. Leadoff man is aboard. A really good start to the inning for the Diamond Boys. He was getting talked up by Coach DC before the inning started. And he gets it started with a leadoff walk. So now here comes Alex Gruca, the shortstop, a walk and a strikeout for him so far. Quinn sets and delivers a good rip, but over towards first. This could be trouble. They step on first for 1, but nothing else. It'll be a routine ground out for out number 1. But still a valuable out as now Butcher steps in with a runner in scoring position. They just need to keep it moving here. Try to bring in at least 1 this inning, if not both, that you need. There is still time, but you don't want to wait too long. Butcher, he will take matters into his own hands, sending this one into right center, and it's going to be caught. Nice job there by the second baseman coming around to make that play for out number 2. So now 2 away for Luke Maxwell. This positive inning right now turning a little south for the Diamond Boys. Again, they still have time. They just need to make something happen for themselves. And this one is flown, but well foul. Count now sits at 0-1. After Maxwell, it's Cruz, then Huber. Next inning, Lang, Redford, or they're just going to go to Nichols, Lang, and Redford next inning. As we did have Nichols' at-bat interrupted. High pop-up again. This one off towards the left side, and it is going to go out of play, foul. Count now 0-2. So the Diamond Boys down to their final strike of the inning. They need to play this one shrewdly. Of course, Luke Maxwell keeping them in this game defensively. Eventually, he has to get some help from the offense. 2-strike count here, and Quinn will step off and now have a word with his catcher, Kircher. But of course, Luke Maxwell can help out his cause in the batter's box right now. And all of it's just easier said than done on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Lakewood. The final game of pool play in the 15U division of the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament. 2 strikes the count on Maxwell, and he will miss wide for ball 1. Again, Quinn has pitched a really good game, keeping the strong Diamond Boys offense in check. And there is strike 3 looking. The side is retired. Quinn will get it done, and he is fired up. Caden Quinn pitching one of the best games that he has all season, high school included. And just like that, we are off to the 6th inning. Caden Quinn, 2 punchies on the day. Score remains 3-1 Force.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the penultimate inning we go. Top of the sixth inning, 3-1 your score. A great matchup to close out pool play here as again Maxwell continues to find the strike zone. 8 strikeouts for him today, keeping this game in check as it is 3-1 in favor of Force as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. The Diamond Boys just trying to fight their way back in this game. If they win, they'll take on Release Edwards in the 2-3 matchup. If they lose, their tournament is over. Here's the 1-1 from Maxwell. A weak chop going towards the left side and rolling foul. Count now 1-2. If the Diamond Boys do lose, the North Coast Rebels would be promoted to the 3 seed and will take on Release Edwards at around 3:45. And then AMP would have a rematch with the Ohio Mavericks. The 1-2 is there for strike 3 looking. 1 up, 1 down. Luke Maxwell, 9 strikeouts on the day. He is the definition of keeping his team in the game. Without him on the mound, this one could be a lot different. One of the best arms that Bryce Fisher and John Birchler have been able to coach over the past couple of seasons. And with a 1 away, that'll bring up Bryce Lang, the second baseman. Same result, 0-1 count. Looking in the bottom of the inning for the Diamond Boys, it is going to be Cruz, Huber, and Galvin. 5, 6, and 7 due up. Maxwell's 0-1. There for strike 2 on the outer portion. Luke Maxwell has turned it up in the top of the 6th inning, and it's the right choice for Lang here to call time to reset. If you are making the batter reset that much because of how well you're pitching, it speaks volumes about who you are as an athlete. Luke Maxwell, he is that guy. And Lang, he will get a piece of it this time. Count will still sit at 2 strikes. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we will have a total of 3 games starting here at around 3:15 p.m. It is the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships for the 18U division. So after a sleep, we'll be right back here in Lakewood. Again, the 0-2 this time, it's low. A good stop, though, by Nick Galvin behind the plate. Once again, you talk about a perfect afternoon for baseball. The sun is out, really no clouds in the sky. It is a pristine day for baseball. Maxwell's 1-2. Sharp grounder, but foul down the left field line as that one will continue to roll. And the Diamond Boys definitely lucky that one ended up going foul in the end. So a great battle here from Bryce Lang, looking for a definitive strike. Count still 1-2. Maxwell as well looking for that 10th strikeout. And instead laying a ripper, but foul again off towards the left side. He loves that left side. I mean, every single strong swing, it goes that way. The weak contact has gone right. Just a tad ahead, needs to sit back a little bit more. And if he makes that slight adjustment, could be extra bases into the left corner. The 1-2 again fouled away. What a battle here for Bryce Lang. And there is some action now in the bullpen for the Diamond Boys. With the pitch count going up the way it is right now, Coach Fisher might have to go out here and make a change sooner than he would have liked. Count still 1-2 on Bryce Lang. Maxwell back to work, and Lang will put it in left field. It just gets there. The long throw to one. It's not going to be in time. Bryce Lang wins the battle of the game and gets what might be considered an infield single. It just depends on where Gruca planted and threw. That is impressive. What a battle from Bryce Lang. Hung in there as long as he could. And the man of Benedictine representing the Bengals well in this game. That's how you get it done. And I think the Diamond Boys will now put a really hefty target on Bryce Lang's back, throwing back at him immediately. Jacob Redford stepping in now for the third time with 2 strikeouts to his name so far. Top of the 6th, 1 down, 3-1 your score. Galvin ready to go as that one is in the dirt. We did see that little stutter secondary from Lang over at first. Thought about going. I don't think you test Galvin here. He's 1 for 1 on throwouts at second base. You don't do it. And that ball is going to spray away from the first base spin. Wade able to get over there in time, but you have to be careful. Count sitting at 1-0 on Redford. Maxwell from the slide, roped down the line, but foul. There is that kind of tomahawk swing again. That's what happens when you run it high and in. The hands really have nowhere to go. You get jammed up. You get some contact. It's just never going to go where you really want it to. But of course, Maxwell, when he has runners on, that's typically when the balls start to come out, as he doesn't go from the stretch because he can't. He'll once again pitch from the slide here. The 1-1 wave and a miss. I believe that'll be the breaking ball. I think it had some movement, maybe a little subtle motion, but sometimes that might be the best pitch. Still at 9 strikeouts on the day. Luke Maxwell looking for a pivotal second out at the plate, but first throws back to 1 and not in time. Of course, the pitching decision will be probably made by the offense more than the defense. As in the bullpen, that is Joey Annalore, the freshman out of Hudson. But I think if the offense does something, you might bring on a closer. Just depends. Of course, it's all gamesmanship right now. This isn't a pool play game, or rather tournament game. It's a pool play game. But you're basically in a win-or-go-home situation. You are in a win-or-go-home situation. You can't go out here and have something go awry late, especially if you do make that comeback. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Maxwell up to 10 strikeouts on the day. 2 down. He has found the zone so well. Coach Fisher is going to go and have a word with his pitcher, and that might do it for Luke Maxwell today. But a really strong outing from Maxwell, getting the job done. It's just those first couple of innings that got away. And this could just be a simple conversation. I think he is just going to keep Maxwell on for now. But of course, that could easily change if something, as I mentioned, goes awry. In my opinion, you save the pitching change for the 7th inning. You give your offense another crack at it. See if they can change the game. And who knows, if you score 3 runs, you're talking about bringing on a closer opposed to somebody to keep the game at bay. Very similar, but very different roles at the same time. And keep in mind, there are still 2 down. It'll be Jacob Grubach, the left fielder, stepping back in. Of course, Galvin has already thrown out one runner gunning for second. I don't know if we're going to see it again, or even the attempt here from Force. Right now, Galvin just needs to sit in the strike zone and frame it. But I would assume odds are this is going to be the last time that we do see Maxwell in the game pitching. Somewhere else, who knows what I think, he might just be subbed out. Runner goes in the 0-1. The pitch is low. The throw down to second. It's going to be late this time. So in the end, Force does tempt fate, and that is going to be Lang in there with the stolen base. Courtesy running, or rather just running in general. Count now 1-1. With a runner in scoring position, too. A single probably brings him in. Maxwell's 1-1, breaks in there for strike two. He has to understand, after this out, his day might be done. Leave it all on the table here. A 10-strikeout outing so far today for Luke Maxwell. Looking to make it 11. And Grubach will deliver a foul ball over towards the football field. Once again, the Rebels kind of huddled up beneath the press box, waiting to see what happens here. If there is an upset here and Force wins, they are here for their 3:45 game quite early. If not, they're here right on time. The 1-2, swing and a miss. What an outing for Luke Maxwell. If that's the last we see of him today, it has been a fun watch for number 21. 11 punchies for him, and he has kept the Diamond Boys in it. The offense, it's their time to shine. It's their time to hold up their end of the bargain. Middle of 6 in Lakewood. 3-1, Force on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Diamond Boys are running out of time here in their final pool play game. Bottom of the 6th inning, 3-1 your score. Force on top. The Diamond Boys offense, it has been stifled today, but a chance to change that right here. But a swing and a miss gets us underway from Jack Cruz. But Luke Maxwell, if that's the last time we saw him, after that RBI single in the 2nd inning, he allowed one more base runner, and that was via the walk. Sharp grounder over towards second. A ranging attempt. Throw to 1. It's going to be low, but in time for out number 1. That time, Lang makes the play. Lang got on and singled last inning. That was a good swing, and now the defense showing up. The magic number for Force now is 5 to get this upset. Of course, the question is, does Caden Quinn have enough in the tank to finish the game? You change pitchers, you might change the game entirely. He has been their golden goose, so to speak. And there is a swing and miss. A heavy chase there from Hilkert, who gets a nod off the bench. I believe we saw his older brother yesterday. The 0-1 high and wide. Count now even. Well, once again, 3 games left to go today. 2 semifinals and a championship game. Pool play will be wrapped up right after this. The 1-1 fouled back. But for the Diamond Boys, this is where they put all their chips in the center of the table to try and make it to the semifinals. And it looks like right now the Mavericks are getting warm in the cage. But AMP, they are hoping this result holds to get one more chance at the Mavericks. The 1-2 lobbed in. Sharp grounder from Hilkert over towards Short. The throw to one. It is going to not be in time, and the ball will get away. Hilkert able to leg out the infield single. A great substitution, bringing him in off the bench. And that'll bring in the tying run, Nicholas Galvin, who singled his last time up. It is go time for the Diamond Boys. This might be their best chance going forward to tie the game up, and after that, take the lead. Galvin will take high for ball one. Once again with Quinn. Once he's out of pitches, he's out of pitches. We'll see how long, though, he rides. The 1-0 off the plate. Right now, the Diamond Boys will take what they can get. If it's a free pass, they'll take that. And the on-deck circle as well. Now it is Zach Voss, the freshman out of CVCA. So that'll be change number 2 by Coach Fisher. And there's ball 3. I think the umpire was ready to call that one a strike. But in the end, made the right call. And we kind of saw one like that yesterday where it was a stutter, maybe make the call. In the end, no. And there's strike 1. A good response from Caden Quinn. Only 2 strikeouts today. But just like we saw earlier, contact pitching, it works. We saw that with the starter for the Mavericks. 3-1, fouled back, we're full. The Diamond Boys, no gifts given. They're having to earn every bit of this comeback if they are to make it. Haven't scored since the bottom of the first inning. Count remains, or now is 3-2. The payoff pitch. Quinn hangs it high for ball 4. And the tying run is now at first. And I believe we have a new set of umpires below us ready to go. I mean, depending on how this game goes, we might be able to start on time, we might not. And now time is called here. Is this when Quinn is done? I don't know if I take him out here. You have 1 out this inning. It's a tough call. It really is. You want to give the kid the benefit of the doubt, but you don't want to let this game slip away. So here is the conversation. Of course, though, for Zach Voss, a JV player for CVCA, a big spot for him that if he can't produce, this is where you go and show the coaching staff at CVCA, hey, I can step up in the big moments. You know the Final Four that you're playing in this year, next year, we make it back, I can be a key contributor there. And they're not afraid to play the young players. Peyton Drabick getting a lot of game time this year as the number 2 in the rotation. He could definitely break into that lineup at CVCA. Some might say it starts here, as twisted as that is. And there is ball 1 from Quinn. I will say if this is a walk, you have to make the call to the bullpen. If it's back-to-back, no way you keep him in. The 1-0, Voss will take it, and it's inside. The tying run now in scoring position. The Diamond Boys getting their mojo back, and the fans are starting to get back in it too. Of course, this game isn't just going to be decided by the Diamond Boys or just for the Diamond Boys. It decides the fate of AMP, a group that battled so valiantly earlier today. The 2-0, Voss down the first base line and through into the corner. The Diamond Boys are going to tie it. Voss, he cruises the second and will take the turn. He wants 3, gunning for third, and he is in there. He will stay put at 3 with a 2 RBI triple. The boys have tied it. Unreal from Zach Voss. His first at-bat of the day, and he changes the game completely. What a swing. I mentioned it. This is what you send to CVCA next year when you're applying for that varsity roster. You send that clip and say, I've done it before. This one, though, a high pop-up on the infield, and it is going to drop. It's going to be fair. Voss thought about it. He's going to stay put, and that'll bring the ball back as it's going to be called foul in the end as it bounced away. But what a sequence there. It is Elliott Miller, the freshman out of Hudson, now getting a chance. Bryce is not playing around. He has emptied his bench. And right now it's working. 3-3 in the bottom of the 6th. And 0-1 the counts. Sharp grounder over towards short. The throw to one. It is in time for out number 2, but it's not going to matter. Voss will score, and the Diamond Boys have the lead. Make it 4-3. I talked about it. The pitching change now becomes a question of if you bring on a closer or somebody to keep it there. You might just keep Maxwell in. But that's what you want to see as we go back to the top with Cole Summers Wade. But right now, Zach Voss, the man of the hour. His first at-bat of the day, it might be his best. Wade will take that one off the plate for a strike. Count out 1-1. But this Diamond Boys team, they didn't fold. They kept the belief up the entire way. And they made it happen. Wade, a moonshot deep to right center field. It's off the wall. He will go for second base and stop there. It is a 2-out double for Cole Summers Wade. What a swing. The boys and Fuego. This is the offense they have been waiting for all afternoon. And it comes with their back against the wall. Pressure is a wonderful thing. It gets the best out of athletes, and it is getting the best out of the Diamond Boys Showcase team right now. So now here comes Alex Gruca, the shortstop. So 4-3 your score. And this is your chance to potentially make it 5-3. Quinn, though, does remain in the game, and there is ball 1. 5 good innings of work. The 6 got away from him. It's rinse and repeat from game number 1. And in heartbreaking fashion, no less, as of right now for Force. Quinn's 1-0. Another moonshot deep to right field. That one more playable, and the inning is over. But the Diamond Boys have made their claim. A 3-run 6th inning gives them their first lead of the day. 3 outs away from making it to the semifinals. 4-3 your score through 6.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Maxwell remains on the mound for the Diamond Boys, but some defensive changes. Voss now in the game in center. Hilkert is in right. Miller is at second. And then Fashionpour is in the game at third. 4-3. The Diamond Boys, the Cardiac Diamond Boys, have made their comeback. They lead by 1 late. And a chance to pull off the late game heroics to earn the 3 seed and take on Release Edwards later on today. What a chain of events here in game number 2 of the day to close out pool play. Last time we checked, 14-3 Release Edwards on top of the Longhorns. Once again, your 1 through 4 as of right now will be the Mavericks, Release Edwards, the Diamond Boys, and the North Coast Rebels. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. Luke Maxwell up to 103 pitches. He is pitching the game of his life right now for the Diamond Boys. Just trying to keep this one in check. 1 run ties it, 2 gives the Force back their lead. Maxwell's 1-1, misses inside. There is an arm ready to go if needed, of course, as you enter the 100s. There's only so much more time that you can go. A 2-1 count here for Force. It is Green, Soder, and Sebring. Bottom 3 of the order due up. The 2-1 high for ball 3. I do think if this is a walk, Maxwell's night is over. I'd be kind of surprised to see Fish keep him in. I'd actually be shocked if he did. But if he battles out of it, I think he stays. The 3-1 is inside for ball 4. The leadoff man and tying run is now aboard for Force. And now we'll see, does he make the choice to stick with Luke Maxwell? And I think he is going to stay with him. A bold call here as Sam Soder steps in. Soder a walk and a ground out so far today for him. Again, the Force needs 1 run to tie the game. Runner breaks here, pitch is high, throw down to second. It's on the money, but it's going to spray away from the shortstop. An unfortunate one off of Miller's glove covering from second. If he held on to that one, there'd be 1 out. That one is going to hurt for the Diamond Boys. Count 1-0 here on Soder. Base hit could tie up the game. He will show bunt. It's up and in. And the runner's going to go to third, and there's nobody covering. So now the tying run 90 feet away for Force. So hold on a minute. We're not done yet. Coach Fisher calling for the run at home. Infield is going to be in for it. The 2-0 misses high for ball 3. The on-deck circle, Jack Sebring. At worst, you can allow them to tie. If you allow them to take the lead, a comeback that late might be difficult. And a tie, that would make things really interesting. I think AMP still gets the short end of the stick, but the Diamond Boys would drop to the 4 seed. Swing and a miss on the 3-0. Really, that's a 1-2. Excuse me, I don't know what I was doing there. I had the wrong ones there. And there is a big first out. So 11 now today for Maxwell. So I think they did call a couple of those strikes way after the fact. But 1 down now, 2 away for Sebring. And that one will miss high for ball 1. Maxwell very nearly out of pitches as well, worth noting. Up to 111. He has 14 left to go. If he hits 125 during an at-bat, he can finish that batter. The 1-0 driven on a pop into right field, and we are tied. The play at 1. It is not in time. Wow. They're going to say he beat it out, and I don't even think it was close. I thought they got him. Well, watch it back on the replay. The umpire wasn't even watching the play. We'll watch it back on the replay here, but I don't think that was even convincing. Well, watch it back here. Oh my gosh, the throw beat him by 2 steps. That is a terrible call. It wasn't even close. In a big moment, the call getting wrong. Unfortunate. I know the umpire's up here, so call me a stranger in a strange land, if you will, but I didn't think that was even close. He just wasn't in position. So one down. Again, the field umpire wasn't in position to make the play. He wasn't expecting it. And that's what it comes down to. If that run comes around, there is every right to be angry from that Diamond Boys dugout. But back to the top we go here with Teddy. And there is strike one. I mean, you could look at the replay. The field umpire just didn't look in the right spot. Maybe that'll light the fire underneath them. Runner goes here on the 0-1. Pitch is there for a strike. Throw down. It is not going to be there. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position. Count out 1-1. But a really, really tough spot now for this defense. Can they work their way out of it? Fouled back by Teddy. 2 for 3 entering this at-bat with 2 singles and a pop-out. This bracket is far from solidified. Maxwell, 10 pitches left to play with. Again, a tie, I believe, does see them make it. The 1-2, swing and a miss. It's a drop third. They didn't throw, and they got him there, but the runner will advance. That is a big play. So 2 down now. Maxwell has 12 strikeouts, but that drop third could change this game. Realistically, given the time limit, if you get the out here, it stays 4-4. You could just call it here, and that would be the game. However, the bracket changes. They would have their chance. Worst comes to worst, they're 4. Best case scenario, they're the 3 seed. Of course, all that changes if 4 scores as that one is fouled back. That was pitch 117 for Maxwell. He is really up there in pitch count. The 0-1 wide. But you can just feel the pressure of this game. We have had 2 pool play games feel like they're actual tournament games because realistically, with the exception of Forest, they're playing games. But Forest playing here to try and get the big upset. The 1-1 tipped foul. The Diamond Boys, realistically, they don't want to tie here, but they're a strike away from making it to the tournament. They're technically, we're going to say that very, very scarcely reserved. They're not going to be happy with a tie. They want more. Counts it at 1-2. Maxwell delivers, swing and a miss. They're going to throw down just to make sure, and there's the tag. So it'll be 4-4 going forward. Maxwell, 13 strikeouts on the day. And the Diamond Boys, 3-4-5 duo will try and win it in the bottom of the 7th when we return. But Forest has tied it 4-4, middle of 7.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's go time for the Diamond Boys offense in the bottom of the 7th inning. Odds are they are going to be in the tournament, even if this is a tie. But we've seen a lot of controversial calls in this 7th inning. I was told the drop third that ended the top of the inning, the tag was made with the wrong hand. That's a big one, along with the throw at first from right field, which, if that was called correctly, we would never have been in that spot to have that call go wrong. Overall, the calls, not great. Do they impact the score? Absolutely not. And that's what matters. It's 4-4, and that is what it should be. The 1-0 is there for a strike. On the mound now for Kircher, it's going to be Bryce Lang coming in from second to try and close it out. Or potentially, depending on how quick this goes, go to the 8th. Lang's 1-1 will miss. It's Butcher, Maxwell, and Cruz due up here for the Diamond Boys. But already we do have a change for them, as that is going to be Fashionpour batting in his place here. The 2-1, take it for strike to a low strike. We've seen a interesting zone in this game, so to speak. That one definitely looked a little bit low. Count 2-2. Lang looking for out number 1 here. And he gets it, swing and miss. 1 up, 1 down, Lang, 1 strikeout. Time is 1:08. We had 11:13 as the start. We would have time if it ends quick enough for the 8th. Keep in mind, if we hit 113, we cannot start a new inning. 112:59, we can. And, of course, that then changes the status of the Diamond Boys if they're in the next round of the tournament or not. Right now, if the game ends in the 7th, they are in. They'd be in as the 4 seed. They'd have to fight their way through the Mavericks and then the winner of the Rebels and Release. And if that's the case, they're probably on deck. They'd play again. And that one's high and in and called a strike. The zone has expanded quite a bit in the bottom of the 7th. I like our new umpires that we have for the next game behind us, so I think we're going to be good. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss, chasing the high heat. Again, the way we're going, we might see the 8th inning. How random would that be to close out pool play? Locking in for some overtime, so to speak. Count sits at 1-2. 1:10 is the time. And that pitch will miss. I thought that one was closer than the last 2. Either way, it's 2-2. So right now, 1:10:30. We are 2.5 minutes, I believe, away from closing it out. It's going to be close. The 2-2, swing and a miss. He will chase the high heat again. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryce Lang. 2 down. It is going to be a photo finish if we play the 8th inning or not. Forrest has nothing to lose by playing 1 more inning. The Diamond Boys have everything to lose by playing 1 more inning. This is just such a tough spot going forward. And there is strike 1. Time, 1:11. We have 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes to potentially start a new inning. And it could also be a decision between the 2 coaches if they want to play another one or not. Lang's 0-1, foul, and again, Coach Fisher doesn't have it. The amount of times Bryce said this spring that he would have a play at third, and to see what he's done today, it's not good. We'll zoom in on him for a second. I wonder what he's thinking about right now. He's trying to think about going on to the next round, that is for sure. The question is how. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds to start a new inning. Count sits at 0-2. Lang sets and delivers. It's there for strike 3 looking. We clock 1:11:56. And I believe we have enough time. We will play 1 more inning when we return. To the 8th we go. Score remains 4-4 through 7.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
We have some extra baseball here in Pool Play. Top of the 8th inning. Honors even at 4. And we do start with a runner at second base per the rules of this tournament. As well, new arm on the mound for the Diamond Boys. It is going to be Joey Anelor, the freshman out of Hudson, 5'9", 120, trying to nail it down here for the DB. And they're going to call a balk here. He was rocking and didn't come set, so that'll put the runner at third. If this game ends in a tie, the Diamond Boys advance as the number 4 seed and will take on the Mavericks up next. If they lose, AMP will take on the Mavericks next. But if they get out of this inning 4-4, at least the top of it, they know they're advancing. At that point, they just want to win and try to play for seeding. And there you try to get a little bit of rest and play, release Edwards. The 1-0, a good drive deep to left field, and it is going to get down for extra bases. Force has taken the lead, and they want some extra bases on top of second. They're going to go for third, and he is in there. It is an RBI triple for Force. What a swing there from Joseph Nichols. Make it 5-4. What a chain of events here. The Diamond Boys now have to play for their tournament hopes. I mean, Joseph Nichols got every bit of that baseball. And now here comes Bryce Lang. And there is Anelor hitting the inner portion of the plate for strike one. But Luke Maxwell did everything in his power to help the Diamond Boys today. 13 strikeouts in 7 innings of work. The 8th inning, the crucial one. 0-1, misses inside. Keep it 5-4, you can at least tie it. And then from there, your tying run is your saving grace for the weekend. The Diamond Boys just fighting to stay alive. And of course, we will push the start of game number 2 back a little bit. Or game number 3, that would be. So game number 1 of the playoffs. 1-1, sharp grounder up the middle. Blocked down at short. Throw to 1, it's in time. But that'll make it 6-4. It's a sacrifice ground out for Bryce Lang. And he has given himself 2 insurance runs for the bottom of the inning. And he has already come on and nailed it down with 3 consecutive strikeouts. 1 minute longer in the 7th, and the Diamond Boys would survive. That is the difference right now. And that pitch from Annalore nearly runs inside and hits Redford. But for a team 0-3, fighting for pride to come out here and give this much effort and play this hard, that has been fun to watch. It is a difficult thing knowing that your season, or, well, season in this case, but your tournament is done after this. To go out there and play in what could be a meaningless game, not easy. But these boys have taken the challenge and have made it their own. As I've said before, the Stars of tomorrow, they're playing here today. And they're making a name for themselves right now. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Count now sits at 1-2. Up next, the Ohio Mavericks take on whichever 4 seed it is, which right now, I believe, could be 3 teams now. The 1-2, it's there for strike 3 looking. I thought that skipped in. But there is out number 2 nonetheless. First strikeout of the day for Joey Annalore. To go through, the Diamond Boys win. It is the Rebels playing the Mavericks. If they tie, it is the Diamond Boys playing the Mavericks. If they lose, it is AMP playing the Mavericks. Nobody knows who's playing who. It's like those graphics they post at the end of the week for the Premier League of where each team could finish after it's all said and done. You just have a line of red for every single team who can finish in any given spot. The only top 4 seed solidified, there's 2 top 4 seeds solidified. Edwards is going to be 2, and 1 is going to be the Mavericks. In the 3 spot, 4 spot, and 5 spot, it's unconfirmed. The only team clinched right now is the North Coast Rebels. So 3 of the 4 are confirmed. The battle of who gets in, and then from there, seeding. But AMP, they played like they belong earlier on today. And they definitely do belong. The Diamond Boys, they have shown that they do as well. 3 balls, no strikes. And Annalore is able to reconvene and find the strike zone, make it 3-1. Time locally now 1:20 p.m. on this beautiful Sunday. And this beautiful Sunday is going to be a long Sunday at the office. Annalore gets Grubach to foul that one off towards the football field, and we are full. I'll tell you what, Release Edwards coming in there, in for a rude awakening to see that their own home field is going to be occupied for longer than expected. 3:45 their start time, most likely going to be moved into the 4 o'clock hour unless we have a really quick game up next. Payoff pitch, it's high, and there is ball 4 to Grubach. So the inning will continue for Force, and that'll bring us to Dom Green, the shortstop. Thus far, walk, single, strikeout for the shortstop out of Jefferson Area High School. One of the older players on this roster, a rising junior just finishing up his sophomore campaign for the Falcons. He has made a couple of nice plays as well today for this defense. A big reason why we are still playing. On that throwback, the ball is going to go down the right field line and get into the outfield. The throw to second, it is going to skip away and is blocked down in the end. But another free back surrendered on the pickoff attempt from Annalore. This is where you can't throw the ball around the yard. You need to go out here and make your plays happen. And for the offense, they need to get some runners on. They'll have the runner at second at least to try and drive in. You'll need one truly organic run, so to speak. At least. If one more run scores, they would need a whole host of them. Once again, 2 runs to tie and advance as the 4 seed. 3 to win and advance as the 3 seed to get a break and play later today against Release Edwards. Annalore's 1-0 is to the backstop. It's another free base for Force. And just like that, Grubach 90 feet away from making this 7-4. What a difference 10 minutes make. 10 minutes ago, we were talking about going into this 8th inning. 10 minutes later, we're talking about a forced upset to help AMP in the most improbable fashion possible. The 2-0 inside for ball 3. Annalore just misses on the inner portion. In the on-deck circle after Green, it'll go to Sam Soder, the EH. But that is the only issue of this game going as quick as it did. You go to extras and you gambled for an extra seed, and right now it's not paying off. And there's ball 4. Back-to-back walks surrendered. And here comes Soder. The 6th hitter of the inning. And of course, you can add on one extra runner because of how it started. So now the question is, how do you go about this one? You got to be careful. You do have the 2 outs on your side, but you don't have the score, and that one's going to hit the bat. I'm pretty sure Fish called it too. I heard him say hit the bat. He called it and his pitcher did it. I'll tell you what, as far as pitching coaches go, Bryce Fisher and John Birchler, you can do a lot worse than that. How he got that to work, I don't know. Credit to Joey Annalore. I don't think you try that again. There's no way. Annulore's 0-1, fouled back by Soder. It's 0-2. Now, if that pitch hit him, the bases would have been loaded. So a gutsy call if that was officially what we heard, which I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. 2-strike count on the EH, Sam Soder. Annalore shakes one, and we'll take a pause here as Coach Fisher will go and talk to his pitcher. This is where you take the time and go and hash out anything that you need to. You need to go to war in the bottom of the 8th inning. Score 2, you're the 4 seed. Score 3, you're the 3 seed. And arguably, of course, the Mavericks have had a great tournament so far. Arguably, the 4 seed is a lot more glamorous than the 3 seed right now. The main reason why, do you really want to go and play Release Edwards on their home turf after the heroics that we saw from them Friday night? Jared Edwards, the main assistant over at Lakewood. Do you want to go and face him on his home turf? A place that he hasn't lost this season. Don't think you want to play him there. In the championship you can, but last year, destroyed NMC in 3 innings. Albeit with a 17U team, but we've talked about him as the next up-and-coming head coaching prospect in Northeast Ohio, learning under Grant Graves as long as he has. It makes sense. Runner goes, and Annalore is just going to step off. A good job not to balk there, as of course that is the point of that play. Try to get him to balk. The 0-2, Annalore will miss in the dirt. Time now 1:25. So once again, for a 1:30 start time up next, it's not going to happen. Most likely 1:45, 1:50. That is as things stand right now. The 0-2 inside. Or that was the 1-2, so now it's 2-2. Next inning for the Diamond Boys, it is going to be the changes they made last time coming back around, I believe. So we'll see who officially steps in or if they do make the switch back. 2-2, swing and a miss, the inning is over. Annalore able to get out of the jam. He gets his second strikeout, but the damage has been done by force as they plate a pair. It's go time for the Diamond Boys. They need 2 to advance as the 4 seed, 3 to win it, and advance as the 3 seed when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Last chance for the Diamond Boys, 6-4. Force on top, looking for their first win of the season. Runner will start at second here as per the tournament rules. It'll be Garrett Hilkert out of Talmadge leading it off for the Diamond Boys. They need 2 to advance, 3 to win and advance as the 3 seed. And the first pitch is going to get away from them. And that'll put a runner at third. So a solid start here for the Diamond Boys as they move up their lead runner 90 feet. That'll help them out a little bit here. And I think the catcher got rung up on that one, hit him in a really weird spot. I believe that is Cruz. He was the last out. He is now at third. Well, the catcher will get some attention, but this is a big spot right now for the Diamond Boys. This is their first tournament of the summer. A lot of guys played on varsity this year. 7 total made their debuts. A lot of home run hitters and a lot of good coaching. You have 2 guys who were great at Glen Oak as POs, one of which went on to play for Tri-C and John Birchler as a coach. Then you have DC on the opposite side. Former Mount Union football player, played 2 years, but due to injury had to bow out, and since then has gone the media route, and of course has made some very infamous Chick-fil-A rants on my channel that nearly made us late to Chick-fil-A before they closed on a Friday night. And of course, Bryce Fisher coming to us back in September out of nowhere. Met up with him before the Mount Wheaton game, week 1, and since then has the most obscure ball knowledge that we have ever heard, but is a fan favorite and coaching-wise is clearly a fan favorite as well. Always a fun guy to be around, and it's a big reason why SmeeSports is as successful as it has been over the past couple of years. And it looks like we will have a warm-up pitch here to make sure Kircher is okay behind the plate, and he is good to go. Always good to see him stay in here and fight it out. You never want to see a kid go down, especially this late in the game. He'll stay on and try to help his team get the upset win. But for Hilkert, he does represent the playoff clinching run. That ball's in the dirt. It's to the backstop, and the runner is going to stay put at third. Really surprising, but that ball does have a mean back kick off the backstop. When I caught here, I was always expecting that bounce. It was the same as playing at Bay's freshman field. It bounces back quick. As a runner, you're told if you have the speed, go. I was always told no. I ignored my coaches and did it anyway, and sometimes was safe. But this is one of those fields you don't really test it. And that one is low, but swung on and missed by Hilkert. Put in the varsity roster this year as a dual righty along with his brother. Count now 2-1. Lang getting back to work on the mound. He will set and deliver. Good rip off towards the right side. Picked up at first. There is no one covering the bag. It's a foot race, and the first baseman is there. 1 down. A run will score, making it 6-5. But Forrest with a massive play over at first. That'll help them out massively. It's Teddy again. Or rather, that'll be his replacement over there. That is number 5, Caden Quinn. So the old starting pitcher comes in and does his thing. But that is a massive out to get. The bases are now clear. Every single hitter from here on out is your weekend saving run, so to speak. And that pitch is to the backstop. This is where you need to get runners on. If it is going to be erratic from the mound, you need to take advantage of it. Pass ball, first to second, second to third. Home, you have to be sure. You cannot lose this game or get out of this tournament on a base running error. That is a for certain thing. 1-0 the count on Nick Galvin, the catcher. And wide again for ball 2. But what a spot for the Diamond Boys to potentially save it. In the on-deck circle, I believe it is going to go to Annalore. And indeed it is. Now it's 3-0. Of course, you saw Voss did earlier, but Annalore will get his chance. 3-0 count, a positive spot. You get this runner on. Your saving grace is in place, but so is a double play ball. The question is, who is going to step up more? That's been the question we've been trying to answer since 11:13 this morning. 3-0's wide for ball 4. Your saving grace is in place. It's a gift. Do you accept the gift? Or is it going to end here? Time, though, is going to be called. Is that going to be it for Brady Lang? That's the question. Or Bryce Lang, excuse me. So a big decision here as the last couple of at-bats did not go the way he was hoping. You're trying to win this game. That is priority number 1. You have nothing change if you win, lose, or tie this game in the standings. But you want to go out here and get the win. I'm sure AMP on the edge of their seat too. I'm sure they were very grateful that this game ended up going to the 8th inning. They needed it to go to the 8th inning to stay alive. Once again, if the Diamond Boys lose, they're out. AMP gets in. If we have a tie, the Diamond Boys would get in as the 4 seed and would play up next against the Ohio Mavericks. And if they win this game, they would be the 3 seed and take on Release Edwards later on this afternoon, probably now closer to 4 or 4:15. A lot of moving pieces still to be decided. Runner breaks here, bunt fake, throw down to second. It is not in time, but he came off the bag, and they did not get him on the recovery. My goodness, we'll watch that one back. But the Diamond Boys maybe got away with one. I mean, that is stunning. We're going to see here the call, if it was right or not. It'll be an 0-1. No tag there. It's close. Real time looked a lot shakier. The 0-1 fouled back. Lang was in the way. It was close because if they're saying that foot flailed back on the bag, your only point of reference is blocked. I think if that went to video replay with that angle, you have to stick with the call, but I don't know. Tournament saving run at second, 0-2 count here. Annalore trying to be the hero. Lang sets and deals and will miss off the plate for ball 1. Just a hair outside. Not a bad spot for Bryce Lang, but not going to get the job done. Both sets of fans really getting into this game, helping make this one as good as it has been. The 1-2, it's in the dirt and blocked. Count now even, but a good stop from Kircher. As I've been saying all day, as a catcher, you have to keep everything in front of you. It doesn't matter if it's sprays right, left, center. In front, you know where it is. You know how to deal with it. Behind you, all bets are off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Galvin, the game-saving run for the Diamond Boys at second. They will try to pick him off, and they will fail. And now they're trying the hit and ball trick. And to no avail. I don't blame them. Try anything here. As I've been saying, you have nothing to lose. Go out here and pull out every single stop that you can without revealing your playbook for next weekend. The 2-2, it's off the plate, and we are full. Looking ahead, if Annalore gets on, he represents the winning run for the Diamond Boys. And just like game number 1, all the offense has been saved for late. Full count 3-2 on Joey Annalore. And the on-deck circle, Elliott Miller out of Hudson. And Lang will take a second to step off as the Diamond Boys dugout is getting loud. They don't want their weekend to end here. Payoff pitch, fouled back, will do it again. So much for trying to start the next game earlier. You make plans and God laughs, or in this case, the umpires laugh because of the initial start time of this game. Now 1:37. Still full count on Annalore. And it's caught on the foul tip by Kircher for out number 2, laying his 4th strikeout of the day. Force 1 out away from getting the upset win. As well, stick with us after our final commercial break for this broadcast as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of strong candidates for that award, but one man right now, in my opinion, stands above the rest. Could easily change, though, depending on the outcome. One last chance. There is strike 1 to Elliott Miller. Miller 0 for 1 today with an RBI ground out. 2 strikes to play with. A base hit, you could be safe. That, though, is in the dirt. But what a way to close out pool play for this tournament. Still one of the best tournaments in the area. The 1-1, good rip. It is through into left field. They will hold the runner up at third. Put him at the corners and the game will continue. Anywhere else in the ballpark, and I think you would have sent him home. Once again, I think all the chips are going in the center of the table. You'll probably try to advance the runner here with first and third. And a single would try and potentially win the game. Now on a passed ball, do you risk it? How gutsy is Bryce Fisher? A question that we've been trying to answer since September. And in a baseball game that we're covering of his, not a game he's calling, but in a game that he's coaching, we might find out the answer. Unreal. Here comes Cole Summers, way to the top of the order for the 5th go-around. He doubled his last time up. Runner stays put. Sharp ground ball. It's through into left field. The Diamond Boys will advance at a minimum. It's an RBI single for Cole Summers Wade. They are not done yet. They will advance, and AMP hearts will break. Cole Summers Wade. Over to start the day. Walk, double, RBI single to follow. When the moment's the brightest, he has stepped up, and we're tied at 6. What a game. Now a chance to win it. Chopper up the middle. This could do it, and it is going to do it. We will have a tie, but the Diamond Boys are going to advance. They will take on the Ohio Mavericks up next in the 1-versus-4 matchup. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. The spoils are shared, but the Diamond Boys are moving on to the semifinals.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
By the skins of their teeth, the Diamond Boys are advancing as the 4 seed. We will be tied 6-6 as the final. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It has to go to the man who makes them advance to the semifinals, that being Cole Summers Wade. An RBI single. It's enough to keep the game going, and that is enough for the Diamond Boys. Time to hop on over to game link number 3. We will officially have some seeds to add to this. We will know who the home team is in advance. Up next, it's the undefeated 4-0 Ohio Mavericks and the 2-1-1 Diamond Boys. The 1-versus-4 matchup is up next, and it looks like Cole Summers Wade, just after getting player of the game honors, will make his way out to right field to warm up to start the next game. But this has been the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. But it's go time. We are going to go from here. And now the question is, who is playing? Because I think the Rebels think they're up. The Diamond Boys have to be playing next, and it looks like that is going to be the case. So we will step aside and let them get ready. It's go time. The boys survive. Can they keep it going? Find out when we return on Game Link number 3.